Some vans just deliver parcels, but the 1949 Morris J-Type, it delivered history, innovation, and a whole bunch of secrets no one saw coming. This wasn't just a delivery van, it was a design revolution on wheels, with its flat snub nose, sliding doors, and ahead of its time suspension. It didn't just drive packages to bakeries and butchers, it drove Britain's recovery after W2. It even went international, showing up everywhere from movie sets to the Australian outback. But behind its quirky face lies a story packed with surprising technology, unexpected fame, and some downright bizarre twists. You're about to discover how the J-Type helped shape the modern van, hid some genius-level engineering beneath its sheet metal, and why today collectors will fight for one at auction like it's a Van Gogh painting on wheels. And hey, smash that subscribe button like you're slamming the J-Type sliding door after your 5th delivery in the rain. Britain was still picking up the pieces after World War II. Fuel was rationed, cities were rebuilding, and businesses were desperate for affordable, durable transport. Enter the Morris J-Type, a van purpose-built for this new era of rebuilding and resilience. Built by Morris Commercial, a division of Morris Motors, the J-Type was a small van with massive ambition. Its primary mission? Be cheap to run, easy to fix, and able to handle the brutal urban jungle of post-war Britain. What set it apart right away was its semi-forward control design, placing the engine ahead but low and the driver right over the front axle. It made the van incredibly compact for tight city driving, while maximising cargo space in the back. This wasn't just clever design, it was a commercial advantage. Its unique flat front wasn't just for style either. It shortened the overall length, made parking and manoeuvring easier, and, let's be honest, it gave the J-Type a face only a milkman could love. But what truly made it a hit? It could go anywhere, carry almost anything, and wouldn't quit on you, ever. And the engine? That's where things get even more interesting. Up next, we're opening the hood to see why this little van's engine setup had mechanics smiling and drivers laughing. Let's get one thing straight. The J-Type was not fast, but it was relentlessly reliable. Under the hood sat a 1,476cc four-cylinder side-valve engine, the same one found in the Morris Oxford MO saloon car. This modest powerhouse delivered a humble 36 horsepower. Yeah, you heard that right. 36. That's less than a modern-day lawnmower. Okay, maybe not literally, but it sure felt like it on steep hills. Still, what it lacked in power, it made up for in bulletproof dependability. These engines were simple, over-engineered, and nearly impossible to kill. Drivers used to joke that you could run out of petrol, oil, and luck, and the J-Type would still find a way to cough back to life. The van was mated to a 3-speed manual gearbox with column shift, allowing for more floor space and easier manoeuvring. The gear lever, it felt like stirring porridge, but it got the job done. And thanks to its lightweight build, just over 1,200 kilograms unladen, you could even push-start it by yourself. Just make sure you had good shoes and a bit of downhill. But that's not even the most advanced part of the J-Type. Let's talk suspension and structure. Coming up, we'll look at the shocking innovations in the J-Type's chassis and how it quietly rewrote the van-building rulebook. When it came to ride quality, the J-Type punched way above its weight. Most commercial vehicles at the time had leaf springs and solid axles that could rattle your spine into a new shape. But not the J-Type. It came with independent front suspension, using torsion bars no less. That's something you'd expect in a sports car, not a delivery van that hauled potatoes and pig trotters. The rear used semi-elliptic leaf springs, standard fare for durability. But combined with that front-end innovation, it gave the J-Type surprisingly smooth handling and better grip, especially in wet or uneven road conditions, which, let's face it, described every British road in 1949. It could carry up to 10 CWT, that's about 500 kg, and had a surprisingly spacious cargo area. And thanks to those iconic sliding doors, drivers didn't have to worry about smacking into pedestrians or lampposts in tight alleyways. But beyond its engineering, it's the human stories that make the J-Type truly legendary. Don't go anywhere, Because next we're diving into the hilarious and heartfelt tales from the milkmen, bakers and butchers who lived their lives inside these rolling shoeboxes. This van wasn't just a vehicle, it was a character in millions of daily routines. The postman, the milkman, the guy selling fish out the back, all of them depended on the J-type like it was part of the family. And it earned that trust. One famous London florist turned his J-type into a mobile bouquet shop. A travelling tailor even modified his into a rolling wardrobe. Talk about a fashion van. And then there was Pete the Pudding Man, a Yorkshire legend who converted his J-type into a rolling bakery. True story. Kids could hear the van coming by the smell of fresh sponge cake wafting from the back. The cabin was Spartan, no radio, no heater, and definitely no aircon. If it got cold, you just drove faster and hoped the engine heat would reach your knees. But it didn't matter. It had character. It had heart. And soon, that heart began beating in faraway places, including one unexpected market across the globe. In 1957, the J-type got an upgrade. Welcome the Morris JB. Now powered by the BMC B-Series OHV engine, the JB packed a slightly meatier 1,489cc engine pushing out around 42 horsepower. Still no drag racer, but a significant step up for hauling heavier loads. It also moved from a split windshield to a single curved screen, and electrics were upgraded from 6 volts to 12 volts. Finally, drivers could see in the dark without relying on candlelight. Internationally, the J-type became a hit under different names. In Australia, it was badged as the Austin 101, often fitted with larger mirrors, extra vents, and made to survive the brutal bush roads. Some were converted into ambulances, police vans, and mobile libraries. Others became service vans for oil companies or mobile lunch wagons. Yes, an early form of food truck before avocado toast was a thing. But while production officially ended in 1961, the legacy was just beginning. Because something amazing happened decades later. Fast forward to today, and the Morris J-type has gone from milk float to collector's gold. Restored examples now fetch up to £40,000 to £60,000 at classic car auctions. Enthusiasts scour barns and sheds in hopes of finding one, and there's an entire club, the Morris J-Van Register, dedicated to keeping the legacy alive. People have turned them into retro camper vans, espresso vans, and even wedding photo booths. It's like the VW bus, only more British, and possibly more charming. But the biggest twist? A fully electric version was recently revealed. The Morris JE, built by Morris Commercial, reborn as a new company. The JE carries the soul of the original, but uses a carbon fibre body and electric drivetrain with 200+ miles of range, from 36 horsepower and 3 gears to silent EV power and touchscreen controls. If the original J-type could see its great-grandchild now, it would probably short-circuit from pride. The 1949 Morris J-type wasn't flashy, it wasn't fast, but it was fantastic at what it did. It carried the weight of a rebuilding nation. It made entrepreneurs mobile. And it proved that even the humblest machine can leave a mighty legacy. Today it's more than just a van. It's a symbol of British engineering, resilience and community spirit, wrapped in steel and painted in cheerful utility green. So if you've got a soft spot for underdogs and vintage vans, drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe to AbTech Lab for more deep dives into machines that mattered. Because here we believe every vehicle has a story worth telling, even if it only goes 40 miles per hour.